Hello, welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations in Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight I'd like to do an animal that everyone's extremely familiar with. I want to do a bat. And they're very interesting animals. You can see them at night in the summer. If you look up right at dusk, you can see them flying around chasing all the mosquitoes and things. And I thought this would be a very interesting animal to do tonight. I'll show you the types of clay that we can use. There's an oil-based clay such as this, which never hardens. This is the one I mentioned I used all the time when I was a kid. Great clay, and you get bored with something, just roll it up again, and you can use it over and over again. The other type of clay you can use is an air-hardening clay such as this, which can be bought in any art store. And this will harden like in a couple hours or overnight, and then you can paint it, and it'll be permanent. My preference for the clay is a clay called Super Sculpey, which can be baked in the oven about 15 or 20 minutes. And you can drill it, sand it. You can make a tremendous amount of detail, and that's why I like it so much. The size balls of clay that we'll be using tonight are this one here. We'll start off with this one for the base. These two balls of clay here will be the wings. And then this one here in the middle we'll be using for the body. The first thing that I want to do is I want to make the base. So we're going to take this and just push down on it like this. That way, just want to push it down. Just like that, just going to work it. See how we're just pushing that into the table. Just like that. Going to work that nicely because it's going to be the nice base. So you can see how that's nice and flat. And what we'll do is, there's some other things that we have here that we need to use tonight. I did have tin foil, which can be bought in like the supermarket, or you can buy it like in a place like a drugstore. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to tap this with to give it that nice texture. So you're going to see how I'm just going all the way around. And what's good about this, you can do it very, very quickly. See how I did that? Make that really nice texture. I'll show you. This is what it should look like when it's completed. See how nice that texture looks? And that will be for the ground. The next thing that I want to do on the bat, I'll show you here, we want to do the body. And the body is this, see where the head is? And the belly. And then you got the two legs in the back here. I'll show you how to do that. The first thing that we want to do is take this ball of clay right here and kind of squeeze it into like a potato-like shape. Like that. What we're going to do is I'm going to start to work part of it for the head. I just want to work it a little bit. So pull that out to make the nice head with the ears. Just like that. So we've done that. I want to compare it to the one I have here, and I need to lengthen it out a little bit. As you can see I can just we'll lengthen that out like that a little. And now what I want to do is I want to kind of start working on the face. So see this here? I'm going to take this and kind of pull this out a little bit like this to make the face. And now I'm going to flip it here. We're going to make the ears. So what we can do, right, is you can just pinch the clay here. And just kind of, see I'm pulling that out? Just like that. And we can make those nice bad ears. See how I'm doing that? And we'll do that on the other side also. So see I'm taking the clay here. And we're going to take and just work that like that. We want to make, they almost look like bunny ears of a sort, but we're going to, we got that. What I want to do is I want to compare it to my model right here. See how we got the nice little face right here? You got the nice nose. And then you get the ears. That's what we're trying to do right now. So I'll show you. We'll just work that a little bit. Just like that. I want to just do that. This is a really cool animal to do. We're going to take our toothpick right now, and I want to make the eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, just kind of, see how I put that in there? And just rotate this like this. Make that nice eye. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Put it in approximately here. And then just kind of rotate it back and forth like this. Just like that. And then what I want to do is we want to create the mouth. So what I'll do is take this toothpick and kind of break that apart a little bit. See how I'm just taking and splitting that lower jaw like that? And I'll do it from the other side. Just like that. And then what we'll do is we'll fix that jar a little bit. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip it over a little bit. See that? Just kind of take the thumb and kind of squeeze that like that. And then what I want to do is to make him, now we're going to take and pinch the nose a little bit up here for the bat. See that? Pinch the nose a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and make the little nostrils right here. See I'm doing that? And then we'll do the nostril on the other side. See how we did that? And I just want to and another thing I want to do is I'm going to take the sculpting tool. We've used this in the past. See how it's triangular in shape? And we're going to take and we're going to scoop out the ears a little bit right here. Scoop it out a little bit like that. And scoop it out a little bit here on this side. And then, so there's our bat so far. And then I want to compare it to the body that I did previously. So now it looks like it's a little bit on the big side. So what I'm going to do So I'm going to take a little bit of the clay off the back here. See this? And what I would like to do is we also want to make the legs in the back. So see, I'm kind of pulling those out. Just like that. I'm going to do the same to the other side. So I'm just going to pull in that clay out. Just like that. See how we're just making those legs? And then I'm going to kind of flatten the feet out a little bit like that. See how just taking doing that? I want to do the same on this side. So so this is what the body will look like right now. And what we're going to do is we are going to make the bat wings. I'm going to put him down right now. And we're going to make the bat wings, which is this right here. See these wings here? We're going to make those on both sides. And I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to take this clay here, and the best thing to do is we're going to flatten it out on the table. So see this? We'll push down here like this. We want to make it nice and flat. But what I'm going to do is kind of work it with my fingers, squeezing it like this. We'll just keep working it. Flattening it out like this. I want to create the shape. So I'm going to put this down on the table. Just kind of work it like this. Kind of push it down. That way we get the nice flat shape that we want. Keep working that. See, I'm just going to flatten that out on the bottom. Pull it like that. See how we're working that? Just like that. Just like that. And then what I want to do is I want to kind of compare it to the bat I did for the model. And see how I just put that over there like that. Looks like it's approximately the right size. So I'm just going to just work this a little bit, pinching it. But then we also, on the bottom of the wing, see how they got the little points here? We want to put two little points like that. So I will just want to create so I think we'll put one of the little points right here. Kind of smooth this out a little bit. And then we'll put another little point right about here. And I just kind of push down on this a little bit. See how we did that? That's creating that nice effect to create those little points on the wings on the bottom. See how I'm doing that? Just kind of push it down. Try to kind of create it like a little groove. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put this down on the table, like this. And then I'm going to do it on the other side, because I want to make it as flat as possible. And now we're going to proceed to make the other wing. So we'll do the same exact thing. And now that I've completed the second one, I'm comparing it to the first one to make sure they're approximately the same size, which they are. And now we can proceed to attach it to the body of the bat. What I'm going to do is, in order to make the wings so they'll stay the way we want, I'm going to use aluminum wire, which is very flexible. And we're going to use that to attach to the wings to the body of the bat. So what I want to do is create like a little V here, because that'll help stabilize the, it'll help stabilize the wings when I put it into the bat. So what we're going to do now is I'll put these down like this. And I'm going to put the wire in like that. See how I did that? I'll show you. I'll just kind of push it in like that. See how I put that into the wing? And then what we want to do is we're going to take a little extra clay, and we're going to cover that up now. So that way when I paint it, you won't see the wire at all. You see, I'm just going to put it like that. And we just put it on there. See how I'm doing that? Just add that. Just like that. And then just using the additive technique, we're just going to add a little bit of clay like that. And I try to smooth it out with my finger like that. And then we'll proceed to do the same with the other one. So we're going to take this now, and I'm going to take and push this into the wing. Let's see. Just like this. See how I did that? And we're going to proceed to do the same thing we did for the first one. Just take, see, I'm just taking this and smoothing this over the wire. That way I'll ensure that the wire stays in the wings. Just using the additive technique, just take and kind of work it like that. Just like that. And just like that. Okay. Now what I'd like to do is I'm going to pick this up now. I'm going to take and put this into the bat like this. I'll show you. See what we're doing? How I got that in place. So I'm going to take and I'm going to push that into the back of the bat. I'm going to actually make it a little smaller. You gotta see how we're doing this? I'm pushing that into the bat. So we can take Now we can start to work the wings in like this. So what I'm going to do now, just going to try to make sure they're proportionally similar. So it looks like one is higher on one side. So what I'm going to try to do is make them equal. So what I'm going to do is take some clay now, the additive technique, and I'm going to put this on the back right here with the additive technique and kind of work that in from both sides. See how that is? Just taking that, just like that, and working that in. And now I want to flip this over, and we're going to take some clay, and we're going to put it, I'm going to take this right here, take a piece of clay like this, see how I'm pulling this out? And what we're going to do is we're going to put this right in here. See what I did right here? And that'll give us the support for the wings underneath. I don't need all the clay there. So what I want to do is work that into the wing. I want to make sure it's properly attached. See how I'm doing that? Just like that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. I'll take this clay and we'll work that in like that. Just like that. See how we're working that in? And then I want to work that into the wing because I want to make sure it stays attached. I'll put another little piece of clay there. Just going to work that like that. See how that's working out? It's working out rather well. And I'm just going to smooth that over a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to go back to the other side again. And just kind of smooth that out with your fingers. Make sure that that's properly attached. Just like that. Now, looks like we're in pretty good shape that way. So now, with the wire, what's great about this, see how now we can shape the wing a little bit? It helps it keep its shape. See how that cool that looks now? I'll try to get my hand out of the way so you can get a good view. And, you know, the wings are approximately the same size. You know, if they're a little off, don't worry about it. But what I'm trying to show you is the fundamental techniques for making the bat wings, and which is really cool, you know. And then the next thing that we want to do is now we want to incorporate the bat and the base together. So I want to show you something. We have this aluminum wire right here, and it's very flexible. We're going to take this, and I'm going to take it on the bottom and kind of bend it a little bit like this. See how? Think of almost like a candy cane. And then take, I want to make sure that, I want to put this down on the table. I'll get the bat out of the way. See this? And then, what we want to do is I want to take and I want to bend this again. Yeah, let me see. Because we're going to incorporate it in. The first thing we're going to do right here is see the nice base that we had done before? You want to take and press this into it. Like this. I'll put it down on the table, that way I can push it in a little easier. Just like that. And then what I want to do is you want to cover the wire. Take some, add some clay like this. See, I'm just adding that. And then we'll add a little more here. Just like that. And then what I want to do is I want to touch this up a little bit. So I'm going to take the tin foil again, because we've added new clay, and just touch that up. So just like that. See I'm doing that? And now you get the nice texture. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to attach the bat to the base right here. So what I want to do is take this, see this? We want to push this right into the bat. And take and push that in. Let me see, I'm just going to flip it around so I can see it a little better and make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to in order to. So I keep working that in, pushing it in. Let me make sure that so see this here, I'm pushing that into the bat. The reason why I want to have the U shape is it will keep it from, you know, sliding off. If I just did it straight, the bat, there's a potential that it could fall over or slip off the. But now what I want to do is I'm going to take and put some other additional clay in the bottom right here. I'm going to take and attach that like that. See how I'm doing that? And do that. You want to kind of smooth that over. So we got that. And now I just want to make sure I didn't. So there's one more thing we need to do. Is I want to take, we want to create his arms. So I'm going to take and move this out of the way. See these arms right here? I want to create those two little arms there. There's one on either side. And almost create it, and there's almost like a little claw there. So I'll show you how to do that. The next thing we want to do is take some clay. I want to make it into a ball. That's the easiest way to do, make it into a nice little ball, see? And then we'll take and do the same for the other side. I want to make sure I make them approximately the same size. See how we just take and roll that? See how I made that nice ball there, like that? And now what we want to do is take in, the easiest way to do is, and we'll put this down on the table now, and we can roll it like this. And I'll take and do the same for the other one. You know, might as well make use of the table for something, that way we can make those nice arms. And you know, try to make it all about approximately the same size. And take and So now, see how this looks? So we'll take, and on one of these I'm kind of going to put like a claw. See, I'm just making that. See how I'm doing that? And then I'll do the same for the other one. I want to make sure they're approximately the same size. So I'm going to take this, make the nice little claw, like that. And I'll make sure, I'm going to see that they're approximately the same size. You know, you can kind of compare them. Looks like this is a little shorter, so I need to lengthen this out a little bit more. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to take this arm now, and I'll show you here. See how I placed it? It goes from the body, then it goes like that, like in an L shape, and then a backwards L shape on this side. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take this here. See, we're going to put that right there. It's going to work it in. But then we're also going to, then we're going to press it down like that. See, I'm just going to press that into the wing. Just like that. And we'll proceed to do the same for the other side. So what I'm going to do is look at that, put that in approximately the same location. See how we did that? Just going to press that in. And I just want to make sure that I got it. This is a fairly simple way of making the bat. What I've shown you are the basic techniques. I mean, you could do a lot more detail to the wings, but what I've shown you here, you can get your basic bat structure, and which is pretty cool. And this is what it looks like right now, at the point that we're at right now. See that? How cool that is? We get the nice curvature in the wings. It's attached to the base. Let me just, and then we can, I'll show you when we put this down on the table. See how that can stand on its own now? It's a really cool way of showing the bat. Very cool. And now this is all set for baking in the oven, and that's the next step. And now that we've fired the bat in the oven, he's all ready to be painted. And I'll show you the colors of paint that we're going to use tonight. These are acrylic paints, which can be bought at any art store. There's about 18 in this package. We're going to be using several different colors. We are going to be using green for the base. We're going to be using brown for the body. And then we're going to be using orange for the eyes, the mouth, and the ears. And I'll show you the size brushes that we'll be using tonight. This one here will be used for the eyes, and the ears, and the mouth, and the nose. The next size brush that we'll be using will be this brush here. This will be used for the body. And then we have another brush here that I probably could use for the base right here, this one here. And I'll proceed to show you how that's going to be done. We're going to start off with the color green. We're going to paint the base. Take this right here. And what I like about this brush, it covers a lot of area very quickly. So see this here? We're going to paint back and forth, back and forth. We're going to just see how we're doing that. Just like that. I'm going to see how I'm doing that. I'm getting, whoop. Just like that. Let's see, I just want to make sure that you can see everything I'm doing here, see? Then we get the back. Just like that. Back and forth. And that's in pretty good shape there. The next thing that we want to do is we want to do the eyes. I thought it'd be cool to have orange eyes and you know, especially to see a bat at night. It'd be kind of scary to see it with, if you see it in the dark like that. So I'm going to show you this here. We're going to do the ears. We're going to do the inside of the ears, orange. Back and forth. Do the other side there. Do that. Just like that. And then I'll show you we'll do the eyes. Just see how we're going to do the eye like that. Then I'll proceed to show you the other one. So I'm going to take and see how we're going to do this right here. And then we're going to do the nose. So see this here? And then we'll do the other side. And then the mouth, we'll paint orange also. So we're just kind of working that in like that. And then the next thing that we do is I want to paint the body. So now what we're going to do is going to paint the entire body brown. See how we're doing this? Back and forth, back and forth. We'll do the okay, just like that. We want to do the wings in that manner. See that? Gives a really nice effect. Back and forth, back and forth. We'll paint. Do the entire. We'll paint the arms. The brown. See how I'm going back and forth on those? Just like that. No. So you can see that. Getting that all nice. In that manner. We'll paint the feet and the legs. See how we're doing that? And then we'll paint the back of the wings. See that? Now we're going back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. Just like that. And we're going to see how we're doing that. Back and forth, back and forth. Give it a nice coat of brown. And then you want to paint the top part of the wings here like that. And what I would do is probably paint the bottom of the wings here like that too. That way we make sure that we're hitting everywhere. And then when you're painting near the face, you might even want to use a smaller brush. See how I'm doing this? If you use a smaller brush, it'll be easier to paint around the eyes and this area here. So you can get a smaller brush for that. And so if you paint the bat in this manner, as I'm showing you right here, you know, it'll turn out really nice. I'll show you what the completed version will look like. I'm just going back and forth a little bit more on this. See that? I just go back and forth. And I will show you what the final version of the bat will look like. This right here is the final version. As you can see here, the nice green base, the orange eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. See how we got that all underside painted with the brown? And then I'll turn it around and you can see all the back. Now if you want to give this a couple of coats of paint, you can, or a couple of coats of paint, you can. You know, sometimes they'll make it a little darker and it won't be as light. But that's what the final version will look like. And I do hope that you enjoyed coming to Creations in Clay tonight. And I do look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye for now.